Hey Cardinals, my name's Kieran.
And my name is TK.
It's finally Friday. One more week until the month ends.
Next week we have a spirit week for snow days on Monday. The theme is slumber party, so get ones and when you can.
Today's also the last day to get tickets, so get them by today.
Today lunch is mini corn dogs.
Next week, Monday's lunch is rotoni with meat sauce.
Coon Rapid competition chair received 2 first-place wins and are ready to compete next week. If you can, whatever you see one of our cheerleaders, please cheer them on to compete and win.
Seniors interested in scholarship money for college.
You don't want to miss this opportunity for CR students only.
Over 100 have already applied. Nice work.
Qualifying seniors were sent an email with information about Coon Rapids community scholarships.
See Mrs. Cornell Smith with questions.
Next is sports night.
Tell all your friends that this show has a lot to celebrate. We won't let anything slip past us as we get the slap on the mat. A rose by any other name, Sports Night is next.
Such an awe moment. It was. And what a fun game we were witness to on Friday night. Really, the 2 games that we were able to do last week were fantastic games. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
I'm Howie Shapiro. In case people didn't know.
Yeah, and we've got a good show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But, the 2 games... To have 2 games that were that exciting and on that level with the kind of opponents they were facing and what those 2 games meant, to have 2 of those in the same week is not a common occurrence. So it was a lot of fun. We will get to highlights of both of those contests, but we start with the boys hockey team. They started last week with a huge rivalry game facing off against the Blaine Bengals on Thursday. The Cardinals-Bengals rivalry is legendary across all sports. Add in the fuel of the Panthers versus the Bengals.
Mentioned Blaine having a really good season coming into this game.
They are, and they're a team obviously early in the 2000s, which to you and I doesn't seem that long ago. They were the dominant force in the section. They went to something like 4 or 5 state tournaments over a 6-year span in the early 2000s. But over the last couple of years, they've struggled a little bit. And as you mentioned, or as I mentioned, both Coon Rapids beat them twice, and Spring Lake beat them last year. So a little bit of revenge for the Bengals. They on Saturday, right? That was Thursday, Thursday and Saturday were their games. They went to Andover. They lost to the Huskies by a 4-1 score. Teddy Wackman had the lone goal for SLPCR with an assist. Rogers on Tuesday looking for the season sweep against that section opponent, and then they will host Wayzata on Saturday. Wrestling team started its week with a tri-meet at Blaine. It started out against Elk River. Elk River just outside the top 12 in the state. They're in the lean and mean, but they handed the Cardinals a 40-30 loss. 3 pins on the night. Bridenstine at 33. Kostic at 139 and Skillings at heavyweight. Vashi Ebradlidze had an overtime win, 19-16 at 160. They had one other decision in the 40-30 loss. Well, the Cardinals were hoping for a better result against their hosts, but the Bengals had other ideas. The Cardinals won the border battle last season, but this time around, Blaine used its strength at the lower weights to build a big lead early, and they kept the Cardinals at distance all night. Blaine won the first 3 matches, 2 of them by pin. Tyler Ribeiro stops the bleeding at 127. Great roll to put his opponent straight to his back. He gets chest to chest to get the pin. Cardinals on the board with bonus points. Captain Jack Bridenstine is on the mat next, and he continues his dominance this season. Check out how tight this cradle is. Just absolutely no chance to get out of that. Bridenstine with a pretty quick pin. And just like that, Cardinals back within 15-12. Unfortunately, Blaine won the next 5 matches and had already clinched the win. First-year wrestler Jacob Califoot, though, scored an impressive first-period pin at 189, forcing his man to the mat early and just sticking with it. All of the Cardinals' wins come by fall captain Hayden Skillings gets him another one at heavyweight. He's up to 5th in the state rankings. The Cardinals fall to the Bengals by a 44-24 score.
Yeah, Bridenstine and Skillings having obviously a really good year. Both of them ranked on the guillotine. And can we just call him Captain Jack?
And Mattis Estradi was 3rd place. 3 JV guys also took tournament championships at those Eastview Lightning Invitational.
Yep.
Turgu Politova.
I love it.
It's
Good job.
such a great
Good
name.
job.
They've got a tournament coming up at Irondale, the Knights Invite on Thursday, and then they are at Maple Grove a week from Friday, and Wayzata will also be there for a tri-meet. Gymnastics team, we promised, we talked a little bit about it. They went north for their first meet of the new year, and they scored a nice 119, losing to the Crimson 88-64. Jackson Young, 22 points, 14, oh, I'm sorry, wrong game. He had 22 points, 8 boards, 8 assists, while Tegan Plowman-Tate had 27 points, couple of steals, but boy, the numbers dropped dramatically after that. Samson LeClaire and Connor Young each had 3 points and 1 steal in that game. 3 points also for John Pence. On Saturday, this is one that stings a little bit. An Osseo team, they really felt they had a chance to get a win on the road. They come up just a couple of points short, losing 75-71. Jackson Young in that one, a double-double, 22 points, 14 boards. Tegan Plowman-Tate, 18 points, 5 rebounds. 18-point effort from Connor Young. He added 4 assists. Made it an instant CTN Classic. Cambridge Isani got off to the fast start, and it looked like they were going to run away with this one. Emerson Druby had a huge game for the Blue Jackets. He had 21 points in the first half. Cambridge scored the first 15 points of the game, and they built their lead as high as 22 by midway through the first half. But don't count the Cardinals out. Connor Young had a couple of big three-pointers as part of a 14-0 Cardinals run. Great passing to get him the open look here. Connor finished with 15 in the game. Then, in the final minute of the first half, Tegan Plowman-Tate hitting from the left wing. Again, good passing, get the open look. Cardinals back within 1. They went to the locker room down by 4. Second half, Blue Jackets trying to build that lead back up. Druby hit a three-pointer from the corner. He had a game-high 34 points. The Cardinals have a superstar of their own, and Jackson Young started to take over early in the second half. He had 5 of the team's 7 three-pointers in the second half. That's in the second half. Young was unconscious. There was a stretch late in the half where he outscored Cambridge 13-2, giving the Cardinals their first lead of the ball game with just under 5 minutes to go. That's right, he outscored Cambridge 13-2. But give the Blue Jackets credit, they battled back to the final buzzer. Takeaway along the sidelines turns into a transition basket for Tanner Jones. That tied the game with under 30 seconds to go and sent us to overtime. Cardinals take control in the extra period. TPT with a drive to the lane. He gets the roll to put the Cardinals back in front. Plowman-Tate finished with 18. Cardinals' patience pays off on their next possession. Good passing to get Kieran Wymore a wide open look. The home team able to hold on from there for an 82-78 win in overtime. Absolutely monster game from Jackson Young. He finishes with a career best 33 points, his third game of 30 or more, and 1 rebound. They are at Park Center. That game also pushed to Wednesday. They will host Rogers on Friday. But that's going to do it for us this week. Here's a look at what we're doing. Boys hockey on Thursday against New Prague, or on Tuesday against New Prague, on Thursday against Irondale. Then on Tuesday next week, we'll see the boys basketball team as they host Spring Lake Park. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howard Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.
Next up is dueling jokes of the day.
Here's a modern global issues joke. We have not found a perfect solution for climate change yet, but we're certainly getting warmer.
I had a student ask me the other day if trees pooped. I said, of course. Where do you think number 2 pencils come from?
Did you know it's National Compliment Day today?
National Compliment Day on January 24th offers a wonderful way to brighten someone's day or to give credit for a job well done.
Do you need extra compliments? Annually on January 24th and any time when it's deserved.
That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in.